It's Lewis from LRF Car Reviews, and we are here at Caffeine and Carburetors in New Canaan, Connecticut. And this is going to be a wonderful day because this parking lot I'm in is basically automobile heaven. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, check this out. Here we have this Dodge Viper RT10. So that's a V10 engine in one of the best sports cars from the 90s and until the 2000s, really, because it was only like 2017 when they stopped making the Viper. But anyway, the Viper was based on the Shelby Cobras, so yeah, this is, and there's not too many of these original Vipers around, so quite a rare thing to see. Also, this Porsche Speedster, right? Yeah. I wish I had time to name all of these, but that would take forever. Oh! 575M. Oh, that sounds great. Not only do we have this amazing E90, E92 M3, but we also have this Maserati MC20. And the MC20 is Maserati's newest $300,000 supercar, kind of like a miniature version of the SF90. It's a hybrid, it uses V6, and it is just a good looking one. Oh yeah. Check this out, Lamborghini Huracan STO parked right next to this awesome 992 Turbo S. But not only that, over here we have a GT3 RS, a bunch of Corvette C7s, but yeah, there's a lot around here. Even in this parking lot, quite a few. Here we have one of the more unusual cars at Caffeine and Carburetors today. The AutoZam AZ1. Now, a lot of you guys might not know about this, and a lot of you probably don't, but I don't blame you, because it's very unusual to see one in America. Because what it basically is, it's a K car from Japan, and it was the quickest K car in Japan, and this model was actually imported into the US. So quite a sight to see here, even though it's not one of the most exciting cars that we have. But this actually has gull-wing doors. So right here we have a lovely F355 and Rosso Corsa, I believe. But the F355 is one of the greatest sounding V8 supercars on the planet. And now they are going up in price, like they're skyrocketing. This mid-90s V8 supercar. Here we also have a Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera. And look what just pulled in. Check this Mercedes SLR McLaren out. We have the doors open, and actually before, when I saw this car, the hood was open, everything was open. It looked insane. This was basically a hypercar back when it came out 20 or so years ago. But yeah, it was one of the fastest cars in the world at the time, and now they're like between 300,000 and 500,000, I would say. But then SLR, there's a whole story with them. Like the SLR 722 is like $1 million, and then you have an SLR Sterling Moss, which would cost $3 million. And then, you know, the 300 SL Gullwing from the 50s and the 300 SLR, which sold for $143 million, apparently. Is that a Supra? Okay, so any of you guys know what this car is? Because it basically looks like a Formula 1 car. The rims look F1-ish. It looks like it's just ready for the racetrack. Like, so I don't know what this is, but if someone started this up, it would probably be crazy loud. It's probably, I would imagine this being illegal because you could just tell by the tire. Yo, check this Porsche 550 Spider out. I know it's not a real one, but it's a replica from 1999 it was built. I actually just talked to the owner of the car, but even though it's a replica, it's still quite a car to see because this is automotive history here. Back in 1955, that's when they were making the Spider, and they made very few of them. James Dean actually owned one for about 9 days and got into a tragic accident with this. But yeah, the 550 Spider it was basically a race car back in the mid-50s. So this is quite something to see today, even though it's a replica. Nice. So check out where we are now. We see this 328 GTS looking pretty nice, but not only that. Come along here, 718 Spider. We need to be quick because these old cars, Rambler, what's that? And oh, Cadillac. A 1914 Cadillac. That is a 1914 Cadillac. Wow. Alright, I never realized how large these old luxury cars were. Alright, here we have a Porsche Carrera GT from Rapasi Motor Works. And now you might remember this if you follow me on Instagram. Back from Waveney Park, we saw the same Carrera GT from Rapasi Motor Works. And yeah, it's quite a sight to see because Doug DeMuro obviously just bought one, and they're like skyrocketing in value. Well, they have skyrocketed in price over the past 10 years. Yeah, you have a V10 engine, one of the best sounding cars on the planet, I would say. And it's a hypercar from, it's now almost 20 years old and still looks modern. And the 918 Spider is basically a more modern version, which is now 10 years old, of the 20-year-old Carrera GT. But yeah, this is just cool. Alright, check this 1914 Cadillac out. That's basically 109-year-old ultra-luxury car. Let's see if it can start up. But that's quite a sight to see here. About 20 minutes ago when you saw the Jaguar XJR15, the Countach, and the Diablo SV, as well as the Ferrari 360, all leave, all four of those cars. All of them were yellow, obviously. That fun fact about them, they were actually owned by the Cultivated collector. Now, the Cultivated collector, I believe, resides here lives in New Canaan, Connecticut. And if you saw Doug DeMuro video of the Countach, like, he reviewed that same yellow Lamborghini Countach that was just here a few days ago. Like, he posted it about 5 days ago, I believe, so you might as well want to check that video out, and also check the Cultivated Collector's Instagram account out. But anyway, those cars are gone now, and now we're left with a few things, because the car show is pretty much over. Here we have this Packard 8. Now, if you guys don't know, Packard was like one of the most luxurious brands, along with Cord, Duesenberg, and obviously, well, along with the American luxury brands, I should say. I was going to say Rolls-Royce, but along with Cord and Duesenberg, Packard was up there as one of the most luxurious brands in America in like the 1920s, 1930s. I'm not sure what happened to them, but they went out of business a while ago. It could have been due to the Great Depression, but I would say this car is probably from 1930s, maybe? Mid to late 1930s, but yes, quite something to see, like an ultra luxury American car from the ancient era. So much for someone like me to not notice that I was just standing in front of a GT4 RS. It's actually only the second time I've seen one of these in person, but yeah, I would consider it's the Cayman GT4 RS, so the 718 Cayman GT4 RS. It's basically, it is a supercar, definitely, but MSRP is like $150,000 on these, and they go for like $250,000 to $300,000. That's because it's a brand new car. Obviously, of course, it's going to have the highest markup in the world. But here we have a classic, well, it's from like mid-2000s, GT3 RS. These are actually worth like $300,000 or so now, maybe more. But yeah, this is going to be a future classic car. But yeah, which one are you taking? The brand new GT4 RS, or let's say GT3 RS from the mid-2000s. And this is obviously the same place where that Carrera GT is, along with Ripasi Motor Works. And that's a Carrera GT engine. Alright, there's a few stuff left, like this Buick Skylark. Oh, 765. Cruising by one last time. That's the one I got 140,000 views on my Instagram reel. But anyway, here's this Buick Skylark muscle car. A pretty insane build. Like, they turned this into like kind of like a NASCAR. You could see there's like pipes in the back, making it look like a race car. But I would imagine this has over 1,000 horsepower. It could even be 1,500 or 2,000 horsepower. It was probably pretty good at the quarter-mile time. It'd smoke all the cars at that. But yeah, I heard it earlier, and it was loud. So, yeah, quite interesting to see.